Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and we are back with another Watcher of Realms video. We're going to do today a little more of Gear Raid. Yesterday's video was Gear Raid 3, so today we're going to do Gear Raid 2. I'm recording these all in the same day, back to back, so hopefully we do a little bit faster today than we did yesterday, or 5 minutes ago, for me. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, similar to yesterday, I did promise you I was going to say this every single time. Be very careful about your gear farming early on. Stages 1 to 5, pretty simple. You're probably not watching the video if you're still on stages 1 to 5. But you do get your blue and your epic gear. Yeah, your blue and your epic gear, rare and epic gear. Then stage 6, you jump into epic and legendary gear all the way through stage 9. The rates do go up for legendary gear throughout these stages, so it is important to push. But you'll notice these sets at the bottom. It says what sets drop. We got the Rapidity set, and we got the Tempest set. Both great sets early on. Unfortunately, once you are able to move to stage 10, those sets disappear. So don't go too crazy. I know it's exciting getting this legendary gear, but don't go too crazy farming it because you're going to get lots of legendary gear in stage 10 and the sets won't be the same. These sets from stage 6 to 9 don't exist after 6 to 9. So like if you say you're on stage 21 and you want some rapidity gear because you want to decrease the cost, you have to come back and farm stage 9 to get it. And you're only going to get epic and legendary gear, and that's it. So those are your only options. The first stage we're really going to touch on is stage 10. I'm not going to bother with replays of 6 to 9. Honestly, don't think it's worth it. We're going to do today's format a little bit differently because I'm going to show you kind of the most important part of this dungeon. So we will start with a normal run. I hope I can do this. Perfect. You never know if you've like changed your teams or something. This is actually the first dungeon that I was able to break through on. So for this one, you get these rolling boulders that come in, and they do a lot of damage. So you do need to stop them, first of all. So you're going to need to tank them. You don't want to use a fighter. You're going to want to use an actual tank in order to stop these boulders. Either that, you're going to have to cheese strategy it. We aren't going to talk about the cheese strats in this video. But there's lots of videos out there on them if you want to know about them. We're going to actually do the run. You can see I was actually late on that. So make sure you get your tank down. Otherwise, that's going to happen. And you won't 3-star it. So you can tell this is really early. I was still using Rex when I completed this. But we went Livian, who's a fusion. We went Rex, who's a free unit at the beginning. We went Vortex, and then an AoE damage dealer. Honestly, it doesn't even have to be an AoE damage dealer. This could be single target. Any damage dealer you want in this slot. Just use these 4 units, and I bet you that could clear it. He is going to do this Earthquake skill every, like, couple rotations, but it does show you like a timer on it. Like it pops up, there's a little bar at the top saying, hey, I'm going to do my Earthquake skill. So depending on your healers and what skills you have, you could pop any skills that you need that are going to help keep you alive at that time. Like if you're running Sadie, she has damage reduction. If you're running Vortex, you could pop him and maybe you get a shield. Anything like that. Anything that's going to help keep you alive. Isolde as well. You can see we take no damage here because we have shields up. Then these 2 rolling boulders are going to come from the top, plus 2 other guys. They do a ton of damage, but we instantly heal it back up. We have AoE damage here, so it's instantly getting rid of them. You just got to withstand the Earthquake skill. These stages are pretty easy at this point. You can see I did throw a couple damage dealers in on the sides. It doesn't really matter. I was just doing it to increase or speed it up. But these 4 units down here can solo it, and I will show that later. That's it. Now from here, you can see it says 18 out of 19. He is always going to walk down this left side here. So he's gonna walk toward Arlivian. If you're worried about things dying, or you need more energy because you want to, or you want to put in a different unit for damage, you can despawn the right hand side because it's not going to do you any good. But he's not going to kill anything coming down here, especially at this level. Once you get to this point, you've won the stage. So let's quit here, move on to the next one because I'm worried we're going to just one-shot him, and I don't want to waste the energy.
What have I not seen?
So from 10, 11, 12, 13, all the same in terms of gear drops. Stage 14 is the next jump, and it's because it has more gear sets. You can see here there's 3, and now we're up to 6 gear sets. Very similar to Gear Raid 3 if you watch that video, except there's 7 gear sets in that dungeon. So let's jump into a 14 run. Kind of show you the difference in the strategy here. And honestly, there really isn't one. The difference is here. Oh, so this is actually, there is a difference. I lied. You can see the sand blowing across the screen. This is the first stage where you start taking continuous damage on spawn. You can see she's taking damage, or she was before the shield. And you know what? Let's here. Let's manual this one. I thought this started on 16, but apparently it starts on 14. So I'm going to put this down a little bit differently, just to show you, and then we'll run it again the way I would normally run it. So we're going to put our Isolde down. You can see, oh, she's shielding herself again. You can see the shield's getting smaller, and now she's taking damage. So you do have to be a little bit careful. If you're not geared very well early, this could easily kill her. And these guys do a ton of damage, especially when there's 2 of them. Like, she's almost dead. So you don't really want to do it that way. She does shield herself, which for her is great. We're going to throw a healer in here. Depending on your gear, you might get away with a single healer and then a damage dealer up here. And then you could run double damage if you really want to, but honestly, 2 heals is better. You could either put a heal at the top facing down, or you could go 2 heals at the bottom facing up. We're going to go Sadie. Reason being, she has damage reduction for this Earthquake skill. Just make sure you survive. Throw your tank on the other side, and you don't have to do anything else. Like, this will work every time. You don't need any more damage. This dungeon isn't about damage. The last stage, Gear Raid 3, is a damage check. This one is very not. This is a gear check, but not a damage check. This is more, do you have enough tanky substats and healers to survive check. Now, if we weren't surviving, what we could do is we could wait for his meter to come up, and we could use the Sadie skill to mitigate the incoming damage. But you can see we're not using any ultimates. Completely fine. And now we're on the boss. And he's going to do his Earthquake skill. We could just hit this, and it basically is going to take all damage down to 0. You're going to survive almost anything when that ult is in play. And then from here, he can't kill you. But you can see we barely even hit him, and he's already quarter health down. So we're going to quit here for this stage. And this, technically those 5 will work through 16, I believe, and maybe even 17. We could try it. We'll do it a little faster on the deployment. let's do 16. So what I like to do, because this sandstorm is doing damage, I like to put Sadie down first, because these guys aren't coming overly fast. We can actually wait. So that way we do, the reason I'm waiting is because we aren't taking continuous damage. We don't put her down to the last minute, right? Let's put her down now. Then we can put our healer in right behind. And we're going to be fine now. You can even see there, like, we took a lot of damage there. But it's just a matter of surviving. I feel like more people have Virna, so maybe we'll use Virna on this run. But it really doesn't matter. You can use anybody. Any damage dealer, even single target, will work up here. Put this on 2x. Need to actually slow it down. You can see this earthquake meter. So we're going to hit this ability just to mitigate the damage. See, we're easily surviving. We got shields from Vortex. There's no chance of us getting in trouble. Put our other tank down. And this is going to be fine. And we actually have Virna's ability now, so we can make this really easy. I probably shouldn't use it, but I won't use it for the next wave, but you can see how easily she can blow up that wave. Here comes the Earthquake again. So if you need to pop shields, or if you want to use her ability, you can. In this case, I didn't have enough. She isn't skilled up, so she doesn't have the rage regen to get there in time. But I could build her to the point where she could probably do it on all 3 waves. And pretty simple, like, in no way are we ever in trouble here. Now the boss comes in. Well, now we do this, so we can even hit her ability again, just to make sure we're good. And we never even use the Zoldy's skill. And she'll start chipping away at the boss. Here, if you want to throw in like a fighter or some damage dealers over here, you can do that too. And it'll help kill the boss faster, but he's not going to kill you, realistically. He might later on like stage 19 and up, but not on this stage. He's not going to kill you. And then exact same strat for the following stage at 17, and then we're going to move on to 18. So I won't show 17, I'll show 18. So same sets available. If you take a look, 19 changes because you can start getting the Ascension mats. And you can start getting the Invigoration and Ancient Wrath sets. Excuse me. So this stage is significantly harder. This is a big jump from 17 to 18. Again, I mentioned it yesterday in yesterday's video, but this only used to be 18 stages, so this used to be the last stage, and they added 19 to 21 later. But you can see we're basically doing the same thing. The difference here is I was worried that she was going to die, so I added in a 3rd healer. You don't have to add in a 3rd healer. The last few stages, we only used 2. Here, I added in Elowen. You could use Maiden. You could use whoever you want. Keep in mind that you do have Sadie, who heals in like a cross pattern. So she is going to be protecting this Elowen as well. So she's getting double healed because of her, and then she's getting triple healed because of him. And she's also healing both of them. So all 3 healers and our tank, whoever you decide to use, are triple healed in this situation. And he's still taking a lot of damage, but he's surviving. I put that here, and that's it. That's 3 healers, 2 tanks, 1 damage dealer. And it's basically the exact same strategy. The only difference is we threw down a 3rd healer. So we're going to let this one play out just so you can see it. In the last video, we actually got a nice piece of gear. Maybe we'll get lucky again. I did throw in a damage dealer over here on the right just to make sure that Livian lives, because this was my first ever clear when this team was taken. But you can see I recall her and put 2 damage dealers in on the left just to speed things up. We melt through the boss, and GG.
Now you've learned nature isn't always kind.
So we're not going to touch on 1921 today because they're significantly harder, but hopefully this helps everybody get through the first few stages, the stages they're stuck on. Rage regen, no. So no gear today. So let me show you the gear that we're working with here. I believe the gear I have now on everybody in that team is the same as it was when I first cleared it. I don't think I've changed any of their gear since that day, so.
Even blind, I strike.
Fear thy God and die.
A lot of this gear will be the same as the video from yesterday, so if you have, if you did watch yesterday's video and you've already seen the gear, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. If you want to see more content about this game, make sure you leave it down in the comment section down below, because if I'm going to do more videos, it's going to be because you guys want me to do more videos. If you don't care whether I do more videos or not, then I won't bother. But I should mention that I do stream on Twitch almost every day, so feel free to come check me out on Twitch. The link is in the description below. But yes, here is Comet's gear. We're using him as our main damage dealer on 18. We could use Virna, you could use literally anybody. We could use Silas. Nothing crazy though. He is on crit damage attack with 84 crit, some crit damage, some speed, 15k attack. Pretty standard. And then we used Elowen, who's very fast at 400 speed and plus 67 healing effectiveness, and then try and get as much attack and HP as you can. Her heal does scale based on attack, so you want some attack on there, but I also wanted some survivability. So also I just switched her artifacts, which I thought this was a good artifact. I got this. Increases healing multiplier by 30 when healing here with less than 30% HP. Just helps keep everybody alive in case you ever run into danger. I'm not going to show all the artifacts, but I just switched that, so I thought it was an important one. Next, we had Isolde. She's still 5-star. I do plan on 6-starring her. Funny enough, I've got her on this healer set, but it did give 10% max HP, so I decided to stick with it. 52k HP, 175 speed, and that's pretty much it. You just want her tanky. 4k defense as well. Once she's 6-starred, obviously those stats will go way up. And then we're using Livian, because those are literally my only 2 tanks. I have this guy, Ardeth, but I find she's tankier, so I've been going with her. But same deal, 50-something KHP. She actually has no speed, and on broken set. Vortex, 300 speed, as much HP and defense as you can get. And Sadie, where are you, Sadie? Sadie's gone missing. Sadie's way down here. So I have Sadie, because Sadie hasn't been 6-starred yet, she's on this Guardian set. Only 22k HP and a little over 4k defense, 2k defense, sorry. She doesn't even have any attack speed. Like, she needs a full regear. This was like my early game gear, like when I first broke into Mythic gear that I put on her, and I haven't changed her since. I am gonna have to change her for 19, but for 18 it works more than fine. Like, this is bad gear. I'd go as far as to saying it's bad. It's maxed and it's Mythic gear, but if you're watching this video, you probably already have maxed Mythic gear, so she doesn't need anything crazy. She's mostly, because we have 2 other healers there, she's mostly there for her passive. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. We did manage to cut it a little shorter than yesterday's, thank God. Tomorrow's video, I'm recording all these today, but tomorrow's video that you got for you guys is going to be Gear Raid 1. Yesterday's was Gear Raid 3, so if you haven't seen those, go check those out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now, guys.